Alright, today we're doing our parallel circuit. This is a model that I have of a box that you can clearly see. If you notice your parallel circuit, you can either choose 3 lights or you can choose 4 lights for this circuit. I went ahead and just did the 3 lights. I chose in my box where I wanted them. I marked them. And then you can go ahead with your scissors just like we did last time, and with your scissors go ahead and make the holes wherever you want your 3 or 4 lights for your parallel circuit. Next to your light, you're going to go ahead and do just as we did last time for your series circuit. Go ahead and place the paper clip and the 2 brads. Remember, you measure with your paper clip so you know how far apart you need those 2 golden brads. You're going to go ahead and install your switch so it works just like last time, where all the metal is connecting, the circuit's on, all the metal is not connecting, and the circuit is off. So after you have your holes punched, you already have your switch installed. On the very back of your switch, go ahead and install 1 connecting wire down at the bottom of your switch. If you have 3 lights and you're choosing to do 3 lights, you need 7 wires total, connecting wires. If you have 4 lights, you need 9 connecting wires total. So again, if you 3 lights, 7 wires, 4 lights, you need 9 wires. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do after you've made your holes, your switch, and you connected that 1 connecting wire to the very back, you're going to go ahead and line up your lights that you're going to use. If you notice, my lights in my box are really close together. So in a parallel circuit, you have more than 1 pathway. So I may be creating loops of more than 1 pathway as opposed to 1 pathway for a series circuit. And if you notice, mine aren't going to be too far apart from each other. They don't need to be with the connecting wires here because it's so close inside my box that I don't need them too far apart on the back. So if you have large gaps or areas, your connecting wires in between your lights need to be a lot longer. I'm going to take my connecting wires that I have already prepared on the ends by stripping them with the wire stripper. I'm going to go ahead and connect them, kind of making a ladder. So if you notice, those connecting wires on the outside are going to be connecting the 3 lights on the inside. And then you have your 2 extra connecting wires, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th wire goes on the back that we have already used. So I'm going to set these 2 off to the side. These will be helping you connect to the switch and connecting you to the battery. Go ahead and set those off to the side. Now that you have your lights lined up, one right on top of the other, go ahead and put your connecting wires where you think they're going to go. You can measure on your box before you actually cut them and decide how long these wires, they might need to be longer depending on how far apart they are in your box. You're going to go ahead and start connecting them just like you would a ladder. I hold on to the rungs of the ladder and I step on the middle parts of the ladder. So I'm going to go ahead and start connecting them. If you notice, I am putting the 2 wires sticking up, and then I just simply twist them so they have a good connection. Do the same thing with the other side. I'm going to twist them and make a good connection. So I've got the top part of my ladder rung connected. I'm now going to connect this connecting wire, and if you notice, there are 2 more wires to connect there. Same thing on this side. I've got this wire here and 2 more wires that need to connect there. I'm going to go ahead and put all 3 in this corner, all 3 in this corner together. If you notice, I'm sticking them straight up. I'm going to go ahead and twist them. And if you notice, all 3 of those points are together, and they're all 3 coming together where I've twisted them. So the same thing on this side. I'm going to bring all 3, stick them up in the air together. And I'm going to twist all 3 as well and go ahead and twist them up. So I now have my 1 wire connecting up at the very top, my light connected. I have my second light connected with 3 points on each end, And the last one that you do, if you have 3 lights, it'll connect down at the bottom. There'll only be 2 wires. It'll connect down at the bottom, and you'll have 2 wires as well. Go ahead and connect them there. On the other side, stick them up in the air and start twisting them so you have a good connection. And now you have your 3 rung ladder, and they're connected on the sides. I've got one pathway here. I've got another pathway here. So my lights can now be installed. And before I do that, I want to take the last 2 wires that help me connect it to the switch and to the battery. I'm going to connect them at the top of my ladder. I'm going to go ahead and twist this wire with the top part of the ladder that I just made. This will be going to my switch. The last wire, it's a little bit longer. It's going to be going to my battery as well. So go ahead and twist that around. Alright, so if you look, I've got my ladder with 1 for the switch up here, also 1 again for the switch up here. So I actually have 3 wires connected to this top point, 3 wires connected to this top point, 3 wires, 2 wires, and 2 wires down here. So it's ready to be installed. I'm going to go ahead and place my lights inside of each of the points in the box. My lights are in there. I have the 1 wire that's still hanging off the bottom of my switch. In order for electricity to go through the switch, you have to connect this 1 top wire of the top rung of your ladder. Connect that also to the switch, and I just simply pull out the brad, and I'm going to be wrapping that wire around the brad. Stick that brad back down. So now it's connected to the switch. The last thing I'm going to do is going to connect the 2 to the battery. The one that's hanging off from the top of the rung of my ladder goes to one part of the battery, and then the other side, from the other side of the switch, goes to the other part of the battery. And electricity has more than 1 pathway, so it's going through and coming back to the other end of the battery. So there is your parallel circuit. And remember, if you have 3 lights, you need 7 wires. If you're going to have 4 lights, you need 9 wires. Be careful with your parallel circuit. You don't want to light up everything in your house because we have 1 more circuit that you're going to put inside of your box. You'll be either choosing a series circuit or a parallel circuit as your last circuit in your box.